Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our major stories. APC suspends Ekiti State Governorship Primary after thugs invaded the venue of the election in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital. World Congresses of the ruling All Progressive Congress end in chaos in many parts of the country as President Muhammadu Buhari calls for calm in the party. Leaders of the opposition People's Democratic Party vow to win Osun and Ekiti State's governorship elections as they storm Osogbo for Southwest Zonal Rally. And 16 people killed as Pakistan coal mine collapses following gas explosion. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb you can see our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. And besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature. You can use it to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And talking about pictures, here are some of them you sent into our eyewitness portal today. Let's begin with these pictures from Lagos State showing a high-tension cable pulled down by heavy rainstorm along an estate that's by the Sholui Road in Bagada. Our eyewitness reporter is worried about the safety of the residents and the dangers posed by these cables. Next is a picture of a stagnant water along Ijesha Road in Surulere area of Lagos. Our eyewitness reporter says this is caused by the blocked drainage and that the road is always waterlogged anytime it rains. He wants the gutter cleared by the state government to avoid flooding. And finally, we head north with this set of images from Katika Primary School in a Rijau local government area of Niger State showing a collapsed school building. Our eyewitness reporter says the school has been in this poor state since September 2017 and nothing has been done about it despite several letters written to the local government area by the community. He's appealing to both the local and state governments to do something about it. Thank you so much for sending in those pictures, and we do encourage you to keep them coming. And we're staying with politics. The national leaders of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, led by the national chairman, Uche Secondus, stormed Osogbo, the Osun State capital today for the Southwest Zonal Rally of the party. The rally, which was held at the Nelson Mandela Freedom Park in Osogbo, is part of efforts aimed at getting support for the party ahead of the governorship elections in Osun and Ekiti states, as well as the general elections in the Southwest. The national chairman is confident that the party will emerge victorious in the polls.
It's a gathering of the bigwigs from the main opposition, the People's Democratic Party. The party's national chairman, Uche Secondus, leads other past and present governors, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, to the Nelson Mandela Freedom Park in Osogbo to kick off the campaign rally of the party ahead of the governorship elections in Osun and Ekiti states. Party faithful and loyalists in the state gather in their hundreds to cheer up their leaders as they take turns to make political statements. The national chairman of the PDP, Uche Secondus, speaks on the readiness of the party to take over the leadership of the country, starting with the coming governorship elections in Osun and Ekiti state.
My message for Nigerians is that they should be faithful and to reject APC in 2019. Let us join faith together with all Nigerians, irrespective of religions and ethnic nationality, to rescue this country, to form a national government that will be better for the people of Nigeria, and all sections will be involved. It will be all-inclusive government.
Governor Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State is confident that the party will emerge victorious in Osun and Ekiti states, and he wants the people to vote massively for the party during the polls and, more importantly, during the 2019 general elections.
They have seen, read between the lines and see the difference between the PDP and the APC. The APC today has disappointed Nigerians. There's so much killing, insecurity, poverty, and even the corruption, fight against corruption they rode on to come to power. They've lost it. Transparency International said it all. So the PDP is sure to come back.
The PDP leaders say the party has rebranded and learned from its past mistakes. Now they want the electorate to believe in them again.
Away from politics, fake news has been identified as a global problem capable of causing chaos in society and adversely affecting the credibility of the media. This view was expressed at the final event to mark the World Press Freedom Day by the United States Embassy held at the International Institute of Journalism in Abuja. Our correspondent Kayla Megwa tells us more.
During an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, I don't know, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or, how about this, simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things. At least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
This video is a public service announcement on how easy it is to spread fake news using impersonation. Video producer Jared Sosa digitally altered a footage of former President Barack Obama to a script written and performed by Oscar-winning actor Jordan Peele using Adobe After Effects and Fake App, which is a program that previously stirred headlines in January when it was used to transplant Nicolas Cage's face into several movies he didn't appear in. Fake news is a multifaceted problem with the sole aim of misinforming the public for different reasons. But what impact has this phenomenon had on mainstream media? This fear had been expressed late last year by Nigeria's Minister of Information and Culture.
Never before have these evil twins of disinformation and fake news permeated the public space as they have now. And make no mistakes about it, they have become potent weapons in the hands of the opposition. Sadly, they will be the biggest obstacles we are going to face from now till the 2019 general elections.
The guest speaker at the event is journalist and photographer Linda Hervu. She speaks about the difference between news and opinions and the role of the mainstream media in combating fake news.
If there's no accountability, then nobody has a reason to stop. But if the public turns, if the public turns against it, if you just have pounded into people's heads that fake news is never okay. Fake news is never okay.
Whether it is opposition perpetrating false stories to score political points, or government labeling true stories as fake news to avoid responsibility, the consensus at this event is simple. If you have proof that a story is false, report the handle to the platform on which it is spread and call it out consistently till it is retracted. And even then, don't stop. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.
For the first time in the history of broadcasting in Nigeria, a Hall of Fame has been inaugurated for the men and women who have contributed to the growth of the industry. The initiative is the brainchild of the chairman of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria and chairman CEO Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, supported by the Broadcasters Group, a platform of young and veteran broadcasters who worked really hard to come up with this list. The 15 pioneers who have been honored include living legends like Christopher Kolade and Vincent Maduka. Also has posthumous inductees such as Ralph Opara, Sulaiman Takuma, Olusegun Olushola, amongst others. Renowned broadcaster and convener of the group, Osaze Iyamu, has been explaining the reason behind this long-deserved recognition.
Well, the Hall of Fame, as the name suggests, is a recognition for achievers in the broadcast industry. And it's been a long time coming, in the sense that it should have come a long time ago. We announced 15 inductees into the Broadcasters Hall of Fame from over 120 nominations that were made, like the first female face on television in Africa, Anike Agbaje-Williams, and the first face, this time a man, Kunle Olasokwe. We have late Right Reverend Victor Badijo, who was the first indigenous Director General of the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation. There's Inshola Folorunsho, first sports commentator, Abazoru, who was responsible for the development of broadcasting largely in the north, Suleiman Takuma. Just a few of the names, but quite a number of people made that list, 15. By next year, maybe the number would have increased. I'm told that for now, it will be a virtual Hall of Fame. And gradually, as the broadcasters take more control of what they're doing, then perhaps a more enduring or lasting platform will be set up for it.
To security matters now, the Kano State Police Command is set to deploy intelligence officers to man the newly installed closed-circuit television cameras in the state. The State Police Commissioner, Rabiu Yusuf, says the CCTV cameras will go a long way in complementing the efforts of security officers in tackling crime. Our correspondent, Idris Jibrin, was at one of the CCTV locations in Kano Metropolis and has this report.
Kano has witnessed rising cases of armed robbery, kidnapping, assassinations, drug trafficking, and influx of dangerous weapons, among other societal problems. On June 20th, 2016, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje signed a security reform contract to provide CCTV cameras across the metropolitan city of Kano as part of efforts to assist relevant security agencies in the fight against crime.
Kano State now we are constructing some gates before you enter the city, which when completed will be fitted with cameras.
That contract has been executed, and Kano is now equipped with CCTV cameras, mostly in overcrowded areas of the state, to record live footage of motorists and commuters.
Cars are being recorded on an off-site location, so in the event of any misbehavior of any kind, the police will have access to these video feeds across the state.
Although control rooms to these CCTV sites remain highly classified, authorities have given residents assurance that their privacy will be highly respected.
I think with installation of CCTV cameras, most especially in strategic locations in Kano Metropolis and environs, will go a long way in transforming the security architecture of the state.
National security architecture is a collaborative effort. While the state collaborates with the federal, it enhances national security at all levels. This project is a highly laudable project because the global best practices today is that technology will be used to leverage on national security.
Criminals would have nowhere to hide in Kano State, as plans are underway to establish such facilities across the 44 local government areas of the state. Idris Jibrin, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, investors project sideways trading on equity market next week as the market awaits catalysts to boost investment.